Sis, before you fall for his words, before you fall for his smooth talk this time, I want you to ask yourself this question. Does he pursue you like Christ pursues you? Does he pursue you with kindness? Does he pursue you with grace, mercy? Does he pursue you with honesty and consistency? Because your perception of the Father is the standard of love that you will accept from a mate, from a potential spouse. And if you don't know how Jesus pursues you, if you don't really understand how the Father pursues you as a good father, this can be a really big problem for you in your dating era. So let's understand the word pursue. Pursue means to actively chase after or to strive for something with intentional commitment. That's actually really good. And I love when it says intentional commitment. So I want you to think, have you ever dated anyone, regardless of whether you're with them now, have you ever dated anyone who was intentionally committed to you? Like they didn't just profess it out of their mouth, but they were intentionally committed to you, meaning they made time for you, meaning they understood that you were a priority in their life. Even if they had a prior commitment, a meeting or a family event or just anything that was of importance, they either included you or they made a note to make you aware of something that they had going on. They were intentionally committed to you. And when I say pursue, I want you to understand that pursuing someone never stops. So let's look at Christ. Let's look at our relationship with the Father, because we have to look at that first before we look at our relationship with anybody else. Okay, so how does the Father pursue us? How does Jesus pursue us? His pursuit of us is constant. It's never ending. It's never ending. And so before we're saved, he's constantly pursuing us. He's constantly tugging at our hearts. We're constantly getting signs, whether we listen to them or not. We're constantly getting signs. We're constantly seeing him in little areas in our life. And when we finally do give our heart to him, that pursuit does not stop. That pursuit actually continues and it gets stronger. And that's the scripture that says love never fails and love always perseveres. And the other scripture that says deep calls unto deep. And there's another scripture that says, and we go from faith to faith and glory to glory. It never stays stagnant. Our pursuit of him and his pursuit of us is always growing. He says that by loving kindness have I drawn you. He draws us with his authority, but it's wrapped in gentleness. He draws us with his patience. He draws us with his kindness, with his love, and his brand new mercies every day. This is how the Lord draws us. And so I want you to understand that. And I want you to really ask yourself, do you see the Father as this in your life? Do you see him as kind? Do you see him as loving? Do you see his pursuit of you in that way? Or do you see him as neglectful? Do you see him as someone that's hard to get in touch with? Do you see him as someone who you have to beg and plead in order to get his attention? Do you see him as that Father? Do you see God as harsh? You will tolerate harsh in your relationships. If you see him as inconsistent, you will excuse inconsistency. And that's why I say healing your view of the Father is your first step to a healthy pursuit in a relationship. When you haven't recognized the pursuit of the Father, you'll mistake attention for affection. Because you have to understand, you're going to be pursued, good and bad. You're going to be pursued. This is where understanding how the Father pursues you will help in your discernment of everything else, good and bad. You'll understand what it's supposed to look like. You'll understand what it's supposed to feel like. You'll begin to listen to your spirit. You'll begin to use your discernment and your wisdom. And he will say, oh no, the Father doesn't talk to you this way. Oh no, the Father doesn't show love to you in this way. Oh no, the Father would be patient to you and will be patient with you in this scenario. Oh no, the Father would be kind to you in this scenario. And when you begin to use your relationship with the Father as a mirror, as a reflection, as a standard of everything else, sis, of everything else, this is when you find your husband. This is when not only do you become a wife, Not only do you become a wife, because you're becoming a daughter of God when you understand all this, because you're acknowledging him in all your ways, and he will direct your path. He will direct your path. And so when you're acknowledging God in your relationships with you, with your potential suitors and everything like that, he is going to direct your path to the man that he has ordained for you. So before you ask yourself, oh, is he tall, dark, and handsome? Or what type of money does he make? Or before you ask yourself any of those carnal questions, I know that they're important. I'm sure. But before you ask yourself any of those carnal questions, because that's what they are, I want you to ask yourself, ask if he reflects Christ. Ask if he reflects Christ. Because if he reflects Christ, that means he's been transformed by Christ. And if he's been transformed by Christ, he is going to love you as Christ has loved the church. He is going to pursue you consistently. He is going to pursue you in the way that his Father has told him and has showed him to pursue you, because he has been pursued by Christ. He is going to be patient with you. He is going to be loving and kind with you. He is going to be forgiving with you. So that was my dating 101. Listen, I have so much more to give you. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe so you can stay tuned for more testimonies, more dating tips, more dating advice, more advice on how to become an excellent woman, more advice on how to become a daughter of God, because that is what we are doing over here. We are growing over here. We are praying over here. We are strengthening and building each other up over here. So if this is something that you want to be part of, if this is what your spirit, your soul has been screaming for, has been praying for, a community of like-minded young women. And when I say young, that does not mean in age, a number, young at heart, who are just seeking the Lord. This is the community for you. So again, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys later.